Let's go to Gene in Oakland. We'd love to get your calls today.
Second Gene on the station.
After
bonus Gene.
After that game last night, I mean, do you you use the word? Would you find it encouraging? Is there no such thing after a loss? Hey, Gene, you're on with Willard and Dibs. What's up?
Hey, fellas. First of all, that was a spot-on impersonation of Andrew Wiggins, Dibs.
Thank you, Gene. It's
Nice
second
call.
only to my Gene in Oakland as far as impersonations go.
Yeah, exactly. Right up there.
Thank you, Gene.
All right, listen. Okay, so before I tell you how I would characterize it, I want to say that last night I sent a text to my sports watching buddy, and I said, "Statement game tonight." He said, "Agreed." And then last night after the game, I said, "Statement made," even though we lost. And he said, "Agreed." Meaning, 3 weeks or less ago, what we were saying was, yeah, this is definitely a better team than it was last year, but we're still not in the class of Denver. Well, if we're not in the class of Denver after last night's game, I'd say we're pretty damn close. And true, they didn't have Jamal Murray, and in many ways, this was reminiscent of the playoffs 2 years ago. First of all, the playoff atmosphere. They didn't have Jamal then, but of course, we didn't have Dre or Gary Payton. So, maybe the edge went a little bit to their side, meaning they had a little bit more of a loss than us. But anyways, I think we're there. I would call this a encouraging loss.
Say it with me, Gene. Say it with me. I don't want you to be afraid. Say it with me. That was a moral victory.
No, you know what? I don't like.
Don't do it, Gene.
I'll tell you what. I don't like the term. Okay, I don't like the term moral victory. Like I don't like the term participation trophy.
Right,
put them in the same.
I don't like the term either.
Yes,
so
Gene. Thank you. Don't let him try to goad you into going to his side.
No,
you're better than that, Gene. You're from the old school. I know that.
Here's what we're all going to do all day. It's not a moral victory, but here's what it is. And then we'll use a bunch of different words that means moral victory. I love it. It's an encouraging loss. But don't say moral victory. How the hell is it any different? What the hell's different? How?
It's
what is the difference between moral victory and an encouraging loss?
One is you lost the game,
okay,
and one is you trying to couch it as a win. Because a victory, what's a victory, Mark? Is it a win or is it a loss?
No, but I'm not. But a moral victory doesn't.
What the word victory? You want to do definitions? Let's do definitions.
Okay.
What's a victory? Is it a win or is it a loss?
It's a win.
It's a win.
Right.
They did not win the game.
No, but they won in the morale department.
Ah, gotcha.
Yeah, that's a win. See, because you came out of the game feeling better than you did at the beginning of the game, and that is a victory.
And I could picture them on the flight right now.
You ever just wake up in the morning?
God, I wish that Draymond Green was on that flight. I believe he flew home early.
Did he?
Well, he's dealing with personal stuff.
Oh,
so
right.
I didn't see him in the building.
Yep.
I would imagine he flew to wherever he needed to fly to handle his personal stuff. And my thoughts are with Draymond Green that he's able to deal with whatever he has to deal with because life is hard, man. You deal with life. You got 3 kids and a bunch of problems.
Mm-hmm.
And I got 3 kids. You and I have so many similarities, and we get here 2 to 6, and this is actually kind of like the fun zone. This is me in the ball pit at Chuck E. Cheese. I love this. This is my happy place.
My man.
My brother.
Our days are filled with moral victories because we're probably a little bit short outside of what we get to do for a living. We might be a little bit short on some of the other stuff, right?
No doubt.
Right?
When I have to change her diaper and I crack that thing open and there's not poo-poo from stem to stern, I look at her and I go, you know what, baby girl? It's a moral victory for the old man.
No, that's an actual victory. That's an actual, that's a real victory.
It's an olfactory victory.
There's nothing more tangible than that.
Dude, I took a big L this morning, I'll tell you that. She hit me with a 2-game losing streak.
Gosh.
Grandy hates when I do diaper talk. I'm sorry.
Well,
Grandy.
yeah, I mean, all you can do. All you can do is bring yourself to the air. That's all you can do. That's all you can do.
I try to be authentic.
No, that's what we do.
What is going on?
That's enough for me, Doug.
Thank you. I wonder if people get that. That's all we can do. I can't bring someone else to the air.
No.
You want someone to hate Farhan? I don't know. You can find somebody else.
If you want somebody to
all I got is me.
If you want somebody to sit here and cry moral victory, I know a guy. I know a guy who knows a guy, but that's not me. Pro sports, you win or you lose. And yes, are there encouraging things from last night? Sure. You still lost the game.
Okay, so why don't I throw it right back to you?
Throw it.
Go ahead and define moral victory.
There is no such thing. It does not exist.
Oh, it doesn't exist.
You know what a moral victory is, Mark?
It's like snuffleupagus.
Can I tell you a story?
This is just a figment of our imagination.
Can I tell you a story?
Of course you can.
I was coaching high school girls basketball. I took over a team that was 0-9. It was the worst collection of female basketball players in the history of this great country of ours.
Were you forced out with the guy who you
The
replaced?
coach before me just quit.
Oh.
He just walked it off.
So he left on his own terms.
No, he left like a coward.
Okay.
They went 0-9 and he disappeared.
All right.
So the varsity coach, Mark Carlson, a.k.a. Clutch, calls me and goes, Dibs, I need you to do me a favor. Anything, coach. He said, I need you to take over the JV girls team. And I said, not that team. And he said, yes, that team. I took them over, and they were terrible. So we opened up league, and we played Novato, and they beat us 65-7.
That's a good game.
It wasn't that close.
Okay.
So the next time we went to play them, about 3 or 4 weeks later, I was looking for moral victories. And so I told them, every time we played these teams a second time, I said, our number one goal today is to improve the margin. Novato beat us by 58. Tonight, let's lose by 57 or less. So Novato's beating us 63-6. We get the ball back with about 14 seconds left, and I call timeout. Mm-hmm. The Novato parents are booing me and razzing me, and I'm telling them where to go and this and that and F-bombs. And because I wanted to get that moral victory, Mark. JV girls basketball, moral victories. And I skip ahead to the Golden State Warriors. They're not 14-year-old girls worried about homecoming.
Did you get the moral victory?
You're damn right we did.
And so you define moral victory by doing better the next time around than you did the previous time.
In a high school JV girls arena. When you're dealing with pro sports.
Thank you for finally defining moral victory for me so that I know that last night was a moral victory.
It wasn't because
the
you
Warriors,
didn't let me finish.
The
And
Warriors
this is not the first time you didn't let me finish because I'm going to bring it home.
And that goes both ways.
That's why I love our show.
Yeah.
It's a give and take. It's a take and it's a give. It's a take. It's a give. When it comes to pro sports, Steve Kerr is not saying, hey, you know what, guys? Let's go ahead and lose by less than 3.5 because that's the spread, and we want to screw over Dibs in his big one-unit victory.
I did hear Steve Kerr last night say a lot of things that sounded a lot like, you know what, we're pretty happy with the way this is all going. I heard a lot of that. Do we have Steve? Where's
Steve?
Yeah.
Where's Steve at?
Yeah. See if you can get some of the Steve on the board,
Can we
guys.
get some Steve?
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, I thought you had. I thought we were playing a game I thought you were about to fire some Steve. There's no way Steve said, you know what, guys, that was a moral victory.
Of course he didn't
Denver's
use
the defending champ. And
he didn't use
we're just happy to be on the floor with them.
That's what I'm saying. No one's going to use those words because those words trigger people. And so they're going to say, no, it wasn't a moral victory. But you know what it was? It was a night where we were very encouraged by what we saw out there. And I tell you what, we really think this is headed in the right direction. We're very encouraged by some of the individual performances that we see out there. And I tell you what, 6-3 when 7 of the first 9 games have been on the road. Man, at the beginning of the year, we kind of set maybe 5-4 as a goal, and we're 6-3. So we feel great about it. Not a moral victory, but it is all the things that mean moral victory.
That's the way you're taking it.
Yeah, it is. That's all, as I said, that's all I can give you.
That's all you can do, and I don't perceive it the same way.
That's fine.
I perceive it as a group of grown men going out and playing the defending champs and losing in prime time in a game that was there for the taking.
Prime time.
Are you saying those games don't matter to these guys?
It's the same time they always play.
In prime time, it was on national TV.
Got it, okay.
Yes, although I was watching my own Bobby Fitz, who... man, early in that one was the excuse machine was
hot.
The excuse machine was revved up.
Oh.
Well, 4 games in 6 nights, boy, because they were down 15-8 or something, and so
not wrong.
No, but we were revving it up early.
Yeah,
we had it revved up.
Getting you ready for the moral victory that was coming.
We were getting ready for the they played great, but portion of the show. Pro sports, you win or you lose, and when you lose, you can blame the refs, or you lose and you could say, you know what, darn it. We played great, and that's great. You still took the L. Yeah. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, and there is a story behind it
always a story
single time. Well, right. I think that absolutely factors into what you're saying. If there's a story behind it, then I don't buy into as you say, pro sports, you either win or you lose. I don't buy it. I think there's 1,000 more things going on.
Sure.
It would be akin to saying, Kyle Shanahan, you should be fired for how many points you lost by in Philadelphia last year. Well, but hang on, guys. Let me tell you what happened. No. It's pro sports.
Well, that's nonsense because they were in the NFC Championship game.
Right, but my gosh, they got blown off of the field. Would you like to just look at the box score and go, my God, that's a surprising score. I don't know how the hell that happened. Now, don't tell me how it happened. I just know that it's pro sports, and you lost. You lost by a whole lot of touchdowns, so that's that.
Well, history shows that you lost the game. Nobody's saying, you know what, you lost your QB, so we're going to go ahead and play this game again a week later because it wasn't fair that you lost your quarterback.
Nobody said anything about fair, but everybody is talking about what happened in that game. In fact, it led to a rule change.
And nobody, in fact, is looking at that game and holding Kyle Shanahan's feet to the fire because of the way you lost that game.
Right, because
you lost that game because of two quarterbacks getting injured. And that's part of the story.
Because people want to know the story, not just did you win or you lose.
But they still took the L.
Correct.